Hey guys, Drew here. Gonna deck tech through my goblins. They are mono red. I have a mono colored deck for all five colors, and I'm gonna hopefully go through all of them. These are my goblins. I'll kind of explain them as I go. 16 mountain. Not 20 because we have some other mana sources going to get to, but got to have the mountains in order to do anything. I play 4 Rite of Flame. It helps me drop a 3-drop creature on turn 1 if I have a couple of these in my hand, or if I have a couple of these and one of my 2 seeding songs. I could drop a 5 on the first turn. So Siege Gang Commander, first turn, bam. I have 4 creatures, and it's your turn. These mana, it's fun to work with. I'll run a couple Goblin Caves. They come in handy every now and then, that extra 2 toughness when you're going head-to-head with, it's a bunch of 2/2s versus a bunch of 2/2s. Well, now it's a 2/4 versus a 2/2, so I survive and you don't, kind of thing. There's nice. Red decks are needing lightning bolts, doing direct damage to the player, doing it to a creature, combining this with my sharpshooters to help finish off a creature that might be higher than a toughness of 4 or whatever. Got to have lightning bolts for snow removal. As far as creatures, I only run one of him, mostly as like a just in case. I like the flavor text down here. Quick, inflate the toad. That's always fun. Goblin deck, gotta have 4 Skirk Prospectors. Having the ability to sacrifice for mana. So if I don't get one of my other mana things, turn 1 I drop him. Turn 2 a second mountain, sacrifice him for the third, and I'm dropping one of my 3 creatures. So 3-drop creatures. I have 3 Goblin Chieftains to kind of help counter the 1 Balloon Brigade I have. Chieftain's awesome. 1/1 in haste for all my other goblins, and he also gets haste. Solid. I run the 7th edition of Goblin King, mostly for when I play people who have no idea what they're doing, because the new Goblin King actually has him as a goblin and not a lord, and it says other goblins get +1/+1. So when I play against someone who has no idea what they're doing, I lay this down, and when I'm ready to attack, I go, oh, he's a goblin, because he's a Goblin King. He gets +1/+1, and most of them don't see that. If they do catch it, I go, oh, he doesn't get +1/+1, but he would be a goblin. He gets any other buff that like the chieftain may give him, or whatever it may be. Being able to drop War Chief on turn 2 with my Skirk Prospector combo is always fun, because now the next turn 3, I get a little bit extra mana to use for a lightning bolt or whatever it may be. I run 2 Terrain Maulers. Him being a changeling makes him every creature type. Of course, I use him for a goblin and hope that no one has like a control target goat or whatever it may be. But he's nice to drop maybe turn 2 or turn 1 with your Rite of Flames and stuff, because literally everything they play, you're bumping them up. I use him mostly for a distraction because they look at him and go, oh my gosh, now he's a 12/12. How do I get rid of him? And he's just there to kind of distract until I get some other heavy hitters out. Got to run Sharpshooter in your deck. Using Sharpshooter is crucial when you're sacrificing for mana, or when you're sacrificing using your Siege Gang. Before you do any sacrificing, use your Sharpshooters to hit them for 1, and then sacrifice they all and tap. Of course, they all take out an army if your toughness is 4 or less. If you have all 4 of them out, they're huge. Those are all my 3 drops. To my 4 drops, Quick Slew is fun to have. When you declare him as an attacker, if they chump block with something, all of a sudden you sacrifice all your other goblins, +2/+2/+2 in trample, and it's pretty beast. This one I try to get out as fast as I can also, as long as I have the 3 mana to use it. So I don't normally drop her turn 1 or turn 2, but I will turn 3 if I have mana. So I'm going to use her to go search for goblin cards. So I'll go search for my sharpshooters if I need to kill an army. I'll go search for war chief if I need things to cost less. Whatever it may be, I'll go search. Here's a new card that I just added not long ago because I've kind of been out of the game. But I have Krinko in here because if you have goblins and you don't run Krinko, you're an idiot. Krinko's awesome. You can use Mod Catcher to get him. Have a chieftain or war chief out where he has haste. So as soon as he lands, you're doubling your goblins. So that is always fun. And of course, Siege Gang Commander. Having him, it's nice because your combination of your commander and a Skirk Prospector. Basically, any tokens that Krinko gave you, you can sacrifice one for mana, a second one for mana, and the third one to do the 2 damage. So every 3 tokens that you have to give away, you can do damage. Now, when you add in just one sharpshooter, hit for 1, sacrifice for mana, untap. Hit for another, sacrifice for mana, untap. Hit for a third, sacrifice for the 2 damage. So now, with just one sharpshooter out, you're doing 3 tokens for 5 damage. That's pretty much it. You have a couple different ways of winning. Doing that direct damage is good if they have like a protection from red type card or whatever it may be. You can go directly to them. If not, just use Krinko to blow by everyone and go it that way. But a couple different ways of doing it. You should win just about every time.